Is it possible I can do this on one take? I think so. I'm going to try because I've been doing a lot of takes because I want this like perfect sequence of wording and I end up putting a garbage episode out anyways with me saying so and just incoherent garbage. So one take, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. We're going to talk about the horribleness that exists with all the Karens. Is that what you call them? Those people that spy and take pictures and send it to authorities? Yeah, that happened to me tonight. And we're going to talk about that on episode 550. So before we talk about the Karens, let's talk about the CDC guidelines. It just came out 8 hours ago. The CDC guidelines say wearing a mask during prolonged exposure to coronavirus won't prevent possible infection. And that was today. It goes on to say guidelines from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention state that those who come in close contact with someone with the coronavirus for more than 15 minutes could spread the virus regardless of whether either party is wearing a mask. So does mask work at all? So basically what's saying from the CDC, they have no scientific proof, because we're going to listen to the science, right? That the coronavirus is being stopped by mask. So if you don't want to get it, stay away from everybody. And if you do come in contact with someone, don't come in close contact for more than 15 minutes. I think that's where the science is leading us right now. My mask protects no one. So does yours. Thanks for clearing that up, CDC. He added, accompanied by a screenshot of the CDC guidelines, a tweet from Alex Barrison, wondering what CDC Gov really thinks about masks. Their guidance on quarantining and after exposure to someone with COVID explicitly states whether the infected or exposed person wore mask does matter. My mask protects no one. So does yours. Thank you for clearing that up, as read earlier from the Washington Examiner. And that he tweets basically a picture from the CDC website. The CDC states on its public health guidance for community-related exposure page that those who come in close contact with the people showing COVID-19 symptoms or someone who has tested positive for the virus can spread the infection whether or not they are wearing a mask. So it's not the mask. And all you people trying to make us wear masks to make us feel safe and all that stuff, it's contact. And is it 6 feet, or do we pay attention to the World Health Organization, which says 1 meter? No one knows, or I don't know. So throwing a fit about people not wearing a mask, that's silly. There's no point. It's really doing nothing. It's actually contact. And I'm assuming large gatherings. But apparently, we don't even know how to wear them regardless. And on the WHO website, it says that the cloth masks that 99% of us are wearing, because we're all buying them with our logos or Trump 2020, they don't work. The World Health Organization is saying you need to wear medical, but we can't afford the medical ones. So that's only for the ones that are actually tested with COVID or their doctor or whatever. But the masks aren't doing anything, people. So this is what happened tonight. We had another game, and we're playing CCV, and we should never played them. Why? Because when you play a club like CCV or any Scottsdale club, North Valley club, where it has a lot of white people that really don't care about soccer. They kind of like it, but they rather be a Karen and take pictures and send it to authorities, more important. So this lady drives around our field and started taking pictures and then sending it to whomever. And it went to CCV, and they sent it to the director of coaching for Tuzos. And, we're not social distancing. It's 112 degrees, humid out, and the wind's blowing. Social distancing? I mean, it's Hispanic. They're family. So they can't sit with family. I mean, the fact that you had to take a picture, and that's where you were spending your time taking pictures, trying to get people in trouble or for whatever. And they must have lost their head because a 6v6 league came in right after. I mean, at least with us, we were all wearing masks. But this 6v6 league, adult league came in, just the tail end of our game. And it was jam-packed, no mask, and everyone is celebrating the beautiful sport of soccer. So the point is, during COVID-19, my recommendation, if you like playing soccer and you don't want to be trapped down during COVID-19, because apparently it's not going away because we have to be locked down until there is a cure. That's the rules. Right now, it's till we have a cure. First, it was, let's flatten the curve, and then we did that, but that's not good enough. It's now to find a cure. And it's so funny to watch all these schools like North Carolina trying to open, and of course, there's going to be exposure as they test. People are going to get COVID. Of course. Universities, let's think about this just a little bit. And totally getting off topic here, but, well, no, I'm not. Your work at universities, majority of the students, a large population, are the crazy left-wing liberals that scream, kick, burn down buildings, and terrorize small communities, destroy small business. I mean, the nut jobs of the nut jobs. Antifa resides at all the universities, and you're trying to open it up thinking there's not going to be a big outrage of how dare you're killing us all kind of mentality. Yeah, there is no logic with the next generation of human beings that come from Yale and Harvard. They scream and shout and cry and want your jobs. And the cancel culture is scary. And you're going to think you're going to open up a university without the cancel culture coming to try to get your jobs? Yeah, I got off topic. But my thought process in this whole thing, my recommendation to the Hispanic population, I love them. They play 6v6. They play 11v11. They play soccer. COVID never shut them down. They play on Christmas Day. It's nuts. And that might seem foreign to you, but I live in Phoenix, Arizona, where soccer is just life. It just is. And that's why I and my son with a Hispanic team. They love the game. I mean, they're misguided on a lot of things that they say. They're no different than a lot of parents. But they're not going to take pictures and try to shut you down like parents from CCV or parents from a Scottsdale. There's just too many people that reside on these teams that are mixed, They'll have a couple of Hispanics, they'll have some minorities, but they'll have a lot of white kids, white families, and you'll have the conservatives and you'll have the liberals. And the liberals will behave how they behave and cancel everything because it's not about safety for them. They don't care. Why do they care about the Tuzos family? They are so concerned about the Tuzos families that they were going to get sick and die because they weren't social distancing from their mother, father, grandma, grandpa, whatever. Mind your own freaking business, you weirdo. The ones that want to cause problems like that, you're pathetic. There's no use for you. I don't like you. Focus on you. You do you. And if it's involving, there's one thing if we were coming over and sitting on your sideline and trying to spread the COVID with our mask. That don't work apparently. And there's no science about being outside in 112 degrees Hot Arizona. You know where it resides? Indoors. Air conditioned homes. I think we're pretty safe. Anyways, and if you're so concerned, if you're concerned about people's lives, get on people for eating McDonald's, drinking alcohol, smoking, all that stuff, the freedom things we do to kill ourselves. Things have to change. And I apologize for this rant of mine, but I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. I think I already told the story, and I'll tell it again. I went to T-Mobile, which was Sprint, by the way, and T-Mobile somehow bought it. I go in, and it's a younger generation of these Generation X or whatever we call them, the pathetic generation that want to cancel everything. Not all of them, but a large majority of you weird freaking TikTok people. I go in the freaking T-Mobile, and my mask was just hovering my nose. And right when I was about to pull it up to make everyone feel safe with masks that don't work, according to the CDC, gets on all over me. Oh, sir, can you please raise up your mask? At that moment, I knew I was not going to purchase a phone from that store, from that Generation X, whatever they are, frickin' TikTok people. I hung out for a little bit about, I want to buy this phone, and they're like, no, I can't. This ain't working out. All you mask people, as soon as we enter, give us a chance to pull it high for you so you feel safe. But I'm going to bring the CDC, because everyone says, all these government institutions, all this, we will follow the rules of CDC. Okay. We better stay away from each other permanently, because if we come in any sort of contact for more than 15 minutes, the spread is real. It's going to kill us all. And it recycles through air ducts. They're saying you can have masks off when you're by yourself in your room, but the air conditioning connects. You're going to get it. How about tell everyone, you better start eating healthy and start running and do meditation and start take care of yourself, because you're going to die. I don't know. I'm all jacked up, angry, because a freaking Karen was taking pictures and sending it out. How they're not social distancing. Oh my gosh. Okay, Whitey. Let me tell you something about the Hispanic community. Their families are huge, and you can't take them away from their families. They will not do it. Freak and a Karen. I don't even know if that's right terminology. Is it? I think it's Karen. I heard it was. I didn't see like the story about Karen and all you poor Karens that are called Karen now. But apparently it's a thing. So do not play white teams right now, because you don't know if who's the liberal or the conservative. You don't know. It's hard to tell. It was like when we were fighting in Korea. We can tell, who we're fighting against. Just don't know. But the Hispanics, liberal or conservative with the Hispanics, they wouldn't Karen you. They would not do that. Not the ones that play soccer and love the game. They're not going to do it because they love the game. It's bigger than COVID will ever be. And that's Coach Cameron on my wonderful report of episode 550. And by the way, U.S. soccer is the problem. # robbing the soccer culture. Buy a t-shirt today. Go to CoachCameron.com and you can go to the shopping page. You'll find it and buy a shirt. Support this podcast. If you want me all jacked up crazy, I will provide that for you. And by the way, I have new episodes coming out about the car ride my parents on the before game and after game by showing you what I do. And it's not as nice as you think it would be. The things I talked to Jack about before the game and after. The car ride home, the car ride to the game. I'm giving you parents an opportunity to learn from me about what to say and what not to say, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying things, and it might help you out. All right. I am out. You're out. We'll see you guys again. I know I'm trying to get a schedule like 10, 12, 2, and put a bunch of these things out, but I don't know. I'm working on that. For all the ones I offended, I apologize. For absolutely nothing, according to Conor McGregor, I'm out. Goodbye.